Hey, it's Matt Moscona. You found it. It's AFR LSU, your home for daily content on your favorite team, Fighting Tigers of LSU. And we're proud to be presented by BetUS, where this football season, get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your next two deposits up to $2,000. Be sure to use the promo code YouTube150. Now, enjoy the video. Tom Luginbill over at ESPN ranked the best fits for committed transfer quarterbacks. And so naturally I was interested to see what transfers coming into SEC schools, in particular ones that LSU was going to play, were on the list. And the number one on the list is John Mateer, who's transferring from Washington State to Oklahoma. That's obviously someone that LSU is going to face. Aside from that, there's not another player on this list that LSU is going to face. Now, Jackson Arnold's going to Auburn, but LSU doesn't play Auburn this year. Michael Van Buren's on this list. He's transferring to LSU. Bo Prabula from Penn State is transferring to Missouri, but LSU doesn't play Missouri. And then Luke Kromenhoek, saying it right? Do we know?
I have no idea.
From Florida State to Mississippi State. Can you use it in a sentence? Country of origin, please.
Kromenhoek completed the pass for a touchdown.
Country of origin?
I don't know. America.
I don't think that.
That's probably not. It's probably not
that's
America.
that. No, I mean, nothing is from America.
Yeah.
You know, we're all from somewhere, not here. Anyway, when I look at the projected starting quarterbacks, though, in the SEC in 2025, it gives me even more reason to think that, man, LSU is in a really good spot. And I understand we got a long way to go before the 2025 season kicks off. And we are going to see a lot of turnover. You still have a February signing day. You'll have a spring portal window. You got to go through spring practice. Then you got to go through fall camp. And it's just, there's going to be attrition. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be a lot that happens between now and August when LSU kicks off against Clemson. But, man, I can't help but look at these at these odds for the 2026 playoff, the 25 season, but the 2026 playoff, and really like LSU, especially when I look at this. We'll get right back to the video. Always love telling you about our friends over at BetUS. Great partners here on AFR at LSU this football season. Right now, they still got that 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next two deposits, up to $2,000 when you use the promo code YouTube150. Let's go ahead and place our bet for the Natty. It's this easy. You go to BetUS, hit the football tab, college football, and right there, one game left. Of course, you want to get it on props and all that fun stuff. You can. But Ohio State and Notre Dame, tell you what, the Irish have covered 3 in a row in this college football playoff. That initial line came in around a touchdown. It's gone up. Chalk early, dogs late. I might wait a little longer to see if I can get a higher number, but Notre Dame and 9 feels like a pretty good value play for the Irish, who have been playing well and have a good defense. $25 bet, hit place my bet. We'll confirm, and just like that, we are locked in with the Irish +9, although I do like Ohio State to win the game. What do you think? You can bet on it at BetUS. Be sure to use the promo code YouTube150 to get a 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next two deposits, up to $2,000. Now, enjoy the rest of the video. Here are your returning quarterbacks in the SEC for 2025. Of course, we know Garrett Nussmeier is back at LSU. Lenora Sellers is back, and you do face South Carolina. Diego Pavia is back, and you do face Vandy. Nico's back at Tennessee. Lagway's back at Florida. Reed is back at A&M, and Taylor Green's back at Arkansas. So you play all of those returning quarterbacks except for Nico. You play South Carolina, Vandy, Florida, Texas A&M, and Arkansas. You do play those 5. But look at who's gone. Jackson Dart's gone. Carson Beck's gone. Quinn Ewers said before the national semifinal he's not going to play college football next year, so he'll be gone. Jalen Milroe's gone from Alabama. Peyton Thorne's gone from Auburn. Brady Cook's gone from Missouri. Jackson Arnold's gone from Oklahoma. Michael Van Buren became the starter at Mississippi State. He's now at LSU. Brock Vandegrift's gone from Kentucky. I mean, Arch is going to be starting at Texas, and all those other places are likely going to have transfers or freshmen starting. It's crazy to think. So if I gave you the list of starting quarterbacks in the SEC for 2025 and told you, who would you take? Like, I don't think this is me being a homer. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would take Arch because of the last name, because of the recruiting prowess, because he's at Texas and they've made back-to-back playoffs. And I understand if you would take Arch, why you would. Who else would you take over a guy that just threw for 4,000 yards in the SEC? With everything you just added around him. I mean, people became sort of intoxicated late with Lenora Sellers, and he's a very good athlete. But if you were actually watching, Lenora Sellers really still struggled to throw the football. They just shifted their offense to focus around Sellers and Rocket Sanders running the football, and they played good defense. They lost their bowl game to Illinois. I mean, Diego Pavia is a nice player. But Vandy was a 500 football team, and you blew him out this year. I mean, Lagway was a 5-star, and I think could become a very good player, but against still a young player. That game's in Baton Rouge. Marcel Reed. I mean, Marcel Reed caught LSU off guard with that change of pace, but if you look at what Reed did the rest of the season after the LSU game, it wasn't very good. I mean, Taylor Green and Arkansas are coming to Baton Rouge, and you really bottled him up last year. It feels like to me LSU has positioned itself going into 2025 very similarly to how Ole Miss positioned themselves going into 2024. And I know it didn't end well for Ole Miss, but it's also fair to look at Ole Miss, and I mean even like FPI, even right now. I was looking at it earlier this week. FPI right now has Ole Miss as the second best team in the country right now. So I think that's more of a lane underachieving thing, like losing to 1-7 Kentucky on your home field, gagging away a playoff spot because you lost at Florida when you kind of dominated the game, but 3 times inside the 20, you went for it on 4th down instead of kicking field goals. You lost a game in Baton Rouge where, I mean, you controlled that game, but you left the door open, and LSU made an incredible play late in the 4th quarter and won it in overtime. I mean, I think you come up with much worse comps for LSU in 25 than Ole Miss in 24. You just got to hope your coach is better than theirs, because theirs kind of peed down his leg a little bit in some key spots, which is why they weren't in the playoff. But Ole Miss, I think, was talented enough to beat anybody on their schedule and anybody in the country. They just didn't get into the tournament. I think LSU's good enough to get there. I think they got the best quarterback in the league. I don't even know that it's particularly close. Thanks so much for watching the video. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, hit the bell so you're notified when we post a new video, and remember to support BetUS, where right now you can get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000. Be sure to use that promo code YouTube150.